Today you will learn about some tips and features within LCPSGO that will help you to find resources to support your English Honors Research Project. The resources we will be looking at are located in both the Library Resources folder and the LCHS Library Schoology Course. Looking at the LCHS Library Schoology Course, you will find numerous links to video tutorials describing how to access our many databases and how to verify internet resources. In addition, you will find printable documents to help you keep your research organized. First, let's take a look at the Library Schoology Course. Clicking on the Research Help folder. This folder can help you with any research project that you might have, but for the English Honors Project, the most efficient place to start is in the middle of the page, just beneath the crop test video, is the English Honors Assessment, step by step, which database to use first. On this chart, you will see the names of databases and a few vetted websites and what information they contain. This chart doesn't relegate you to using only these resources, but it keeps things simple and gives you a good place for a solid start in your research. The first two items listed in green on the chart are for students that have either not yet selected their research topic or want some additional basic information on their chosen topic. You may find it helpful to print a copy of this chart as you explore the databases. The first column tells you which main database or family of databases to start with. The second column indicates which subdivision of that particular database, if there is one, to start with next. This third column tells you what exactly the database will do for you and what information you can find there. And the Do This column tells you exactly what you need to do to get the information and save it. Now let's take a look on how to conduct a basic search. While you're logged into LCPSGO, click on Library Resources. All of the databases on this page are alphabetized so that you can locate things easily. We're going to start with one family of databases called Gale. On the main page, if you scroll down and click All Titles, you will be able to see all of the sub-databases listed within Gale. However, if you are interested in in research projects based more on social studies, literature and English, health, or history, you can narrow them down by using this column. A good place to start is the General 1 file. For this particular project, the question I wanted to answer was, should news journalists be held accountable and adhere to a code of conduct, an ethical code of conduct? So I brainstormed some synonyms and some antonyms, and this is a good way to start your research because actually if you have really good search terms to come up with at the start, you're going to get better, more solid results and not be on such a hide-and-seek hunt for different information. So one of the synonyms that I came up with and one of the brainstorm phrases was media bias. So I typed in media bias, and I want you to understand that the databases want you to be successful in your search. So as you're typing in, you'll notice the list populates beneath whatever it is that you're typing in. This is a good time to jot down some suggestions for future searches on a piece of paper that you're keeping beside you as you search. So I'm going to click on media bias, and at the top of the page, you'll notice we've got magazines, academic journals, books, news, images, and videos. Since I'm doing an initial search and I want some good background information, I'm going to click on academic journals. And here my results are narrowed down a little bit further. I also want you to notice that you can search by publication date. And remember how I told you that the databases want you to be really successful in your search? They give you ideas right here. Subjects. And this is great because I jotted down journalistic objectivity, mass media, and journalistic ethics. Those are going to be really helpful in my search. You also always want to make sure that you have checked full text documents. Doing this makes sure you get the full article and not just a summary or an abstract. So I like this article. I'm going to click on it in a minute after I show you that you can see what date it was published, and that it is actually an article. Just so that you know, the one right below it is something that is peer reviewed. It's some sort of a study, an editorial. It's from 2007 and it has been peer reviewed. That means someone in the same field has reviewed whatever study was completed. So let's click on this particular article. I'm going to show you the tools. For Gale, they're located at the top of the page. These very same tools in EBSCO, for example, are there. They're just located on the right-hand side of the page. So I've got my citation. You guys are going to be using MLA 8. You want to copy and paste that somewhere. For me, when I'm doing research, I copy and paste the citations right away and I put them in a Word document because that way that gets my works cited page started immediately. This, in addition, also has the permalink embedded right inside the citation. The permalink is really important because you always want to use that to get back to this particular artifact that you're going to use. You never, ever, never, never copy and paste the link at the top of the page. It's only temporary for the search session you're in right now. You can send it to yourself or your Google Drive. This is also a way to get the permalink. It's not the full citation, it's just the link that will get you back there. Also, in order to get back to the links even in the citations, you have to be logged in to LCPSGO. So, let's say I am looking through this article and I really think this is some good stuff in here. I can highlight information that I like, that I think that I might want to use. Let's say I like this one. You can color code things. So for example, if you're doing something that's more highlighting facts and statistics, you could do that in yellow. If you want to do quotes, you can do that in blue. And you can say something like this supports my idea of, right there, save it. The great thing is, everything is saved at the top of the page under highlights and notes. See, it's even got color codes right here. The thing is, you have to copy and paste this and save this to somewhere or print it out right away. It's only good for the current session that you're using right now in the database. It doesn't stay if you leave it and go back tomorrow. There's another great feature on the Gale family of databases that I want to share with you. If you go back to the main page, before you even start a search, scroll down the page a bit and go to Topic Finder. In the search bar, type in your search word. I'm still using media bias for consistency, and click search. And scroll down the page a little bit, and all these cool tiles appear right here. Within each of these sections, there are a lot of subsections that contain articles, so it's kind of whittled down. If I click on the wheel, which I prefer, it's kind of like pizza or pie, and who doesn't love that? So starting in the center, the further I go out, narrows down my search results. So I can hover anywhere, and within my little sliver of pie here, I can get some really great information. So I'm going to click right here. Every article that's related to this particular search where I clicked comes up right here. So media bias, fact, nonfiction comes up right here. Again, these are my tools at the top of the page. These are related subjects that I can search on a future search. These are more read-alikes right here. If you have any questions about anything, please ask a librarian. We are happy to help.